out of your night to join us.
Yes.
One of the things I learned today from the National Wake Up Call is that this is your 10th program. So congratulations on that. That is so fantastic.
Thank you.
It's going to be the best.
Yay. I'm ready.
Especially when people are getting sold out notifications already. But I think that really wasn't the truth. So just keep ordering. Keep ordering.
They were getting sold out notifications.
Yeah, I think it was just, just a little glitch, but it's all good. Just there's gobs of it there. There's trucks lined up, and we saw all that program.
300,000 packs. If we're sold out, we all better go do a happy dance right now.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, this is Autumn's best day ever.
I'm like, wait, I'm a pour cocktail.
Absolutely. Well, I know we have lots of questions. You answered so many of them on the National Wake Up Call, which I thought was fantastic. I know not everyone got on that call, but so I might ask like one or two of the ones that really stuck out to me. I might have you repeat that. But one of the main ones we get, and you've answered this before, but I know people are so excited. Should they start without the equipment?
No.
You can't start without the equipment. It is literally impossible to do the workout program without the equipment. So yes, the workouts are loaded for week 1 and you can go ahead and push play on it, but you're just not going to get very far. Literally the very first move in the workout uses the track. So I know we're so excited and we're like right there, right? Like you just ordered. Hang in there for like 1 to 2 more weeks. Let the package arrive. Set yourself up. But this is a great time to be watching those videos about where to set your door track up, how to do it on the wall if you need to put it on the wall, watching the getting started video. You guys, I keep telling everybody, take control of your nutrition right now. Let me just remind you that, if you really are going all in and taking control of your nutrition, make sure you take your measurements on whatever day that is. Like if you're starting nutrition going hard today, right now, take your weight, take your measurements, because we all know you can drop a couple pounds just from cleaning up your nutrition. And you want to be able to celebrate yourself for even that accomplishment and recognize too that, hey, if you drop 5 pounds this week or over the next 2 weeks while you wait for your equipment, that if you only lose a pound or 2 in the first week of the workout program, it could be because maybe you just lost a bigger number from really taking control of the nutrition. So part of taking control is tracking everything. So make sure you're doing that as well. But no, you can't do it without the equipment. You got to wait.
I knew that was your answer, but I wanted people to hear it from you. So, okay. Another thing I personally have that question is, this is a 3-phase system. Does the nutrition change at all with the 3 phases? Or is it kind of like where you say, hey, you pick your nutrition, ultimate portion fix, 2B. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so you guys, the name of the program, right, is the giveaway. You are the control freak. So I am not in control of you. You are in control of you. So I know a lot of people are expecting to hear like, oh, because, the intensity of the program, like, oh, it must be time nutrition or there must be some new path. There's not. It's foundational fix or time nutrition, or 2B if you're doing 2B, but it's you decide what works best for you. No, you're not changing the formula at all during the program, but we do obviously weigh and recalculate at the end of each phase, just like we always do, like, 21-day fix. When you finish 1 round, you weigh and recalculate. 80-day obsession, we would weigh and recalculate at the end of each phase. So yes, you will weigh and recalculate just in case you need to switch brackets, but you're always going to use the same formula. And the formula is that of moderately intense activity. Not because the workouts are not challenging, they are, but when we're talking about 18 to 22 or 24 hard minutes of work, we've got to use the formula appropriate for the amount of time we're spending working. You can carb cycle if you want, you guys, but I would tell you, especially with this style of training, get into the workout program first. It's like nothing you've ever experienced before. It is very demanding and taxing on your body. Get used to the workouts before all of a sudden you're trying to do them with no carbs in your system. And you guys, myself and the cast, we all followed Foundational Fix. We had amazing results. We had cocktails, we had desserts. We celebrated my 40th birthday, literally in the middle of the filming of the program. If you're following your nutrition and you're working out and pushing to your max, Save carb cycling for that ace up your sleeve. That's all it was ever meant for. Carb cycling was only ever meant for, hey, I'm going on vacation and I want to drop those last 3 to 4 pounds and tighten up a little bit. Or I've got a wedding coming up and I want to look a little bit better in my dress, feel a little bit better in my dress. I want it a little bit, you know, not as tight or whatever. It's not meant to just be the go-to thing, because your nutrition shouldn't be about a quick fix. It should be about taking control of it. So you can do it, but I would recommend saving carb cycling for that ace up the sleeve more than just the, let me do the program.
Yeah. Okay, so you said like 18 to 20 minutes. Like it must be hardcore for just that amount of time, and then you're done for the day?
Yeah, so I want to be clear, just so everybody doesn't get like, wait a minute, she said 18 to 22 minutes and it shows a 30-minute workout. So 18 to 22 minutes of work, right? We've got a warm up and we've got a cool down. They're going to obviously count that in the calculation of the length of the workout. In density training, or DCT days, density complex and Tabatas, which happen 3 times a day. Yes, we have a warm up. Then I take a few minutes to break down the 5 moves in the density round so that everybody knows what's coming. Because once that density round starts, we're moving fast. There is no like Autumn breaks down the move in the round. We got to do it beforehand. Then so between warm up and the breakdown, that might be 6 minutes right there. But then we've got 12 minutes of the density round. You get a minute-long break after it. You've got anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes in the complex sets, depending on how many moves we're doing. Let's use the number 6. Let's use the high number. So 12 minutes of density, 6 minutes of complex, you're at 18 minutes, and you got a 4-minute Tabata. So that's your 22 minutes of actual like hardcore work. You've got a minute-long break in between the density and the complex and the Tabata. You've got the warm-up and the cool-down and the setup. So yes, it comes out to be about a 30-minute workout, but when we're looking at actual workout time. And then on cardio day, the Tabata cardio core days, besides the warm up and the cool down, it is 18 minutes of work nonstop. Like it's 3 different 4-minute Tabata rounds. And in between those 4-minute Tabata rounds is 2 minutes of ab work. So it's active rest, but that's it. 18 minutes, you go and you blink your eye and it's over. So yeah, that's it. And that's it for the day. And you guys, I'm very specific about this. Do not try to double up these workouts. This is not 21-day fix. I am not yelling out doubles, okay? This is not morning meltdown where they say, hey, if you want to do more than 1 a day, you can. No, if you are pushing to your max, you should be done at the end of one of these workouts. You should be like, oh my God, I got nothing left in the tank. There are 9 different 10-minute bonus workouts. There's 4 ab bonus workouts and 5 upper body workouts that happen on the track. In week 1, I will say the week 1 workouts are a little bit easier. That was so that people had a chance to get used to the program. So, you know, if you have one day where you're like, oh, I could have done a little bit more. Maybe you want to throw on 10 minutes of abs, or maybe you want a little more back work or bicep work, throw on one of the bonus ones, but don't try to throw on a whole nother workout. I can tell you from experience, it won't end well. You're going to be so sore that you're not going to be able to push the next day.
I'm going to jump in. So thank you so much for being here. And I did the Tabata workout today, and it definitely was tough. What I really appreciated is the short workout. I just loved how short it was and how much it crushed you. All right. So I have a great question. Hopefully that you haven't answered yet. What has this program done for you? What has been the most challenging part to this program compared to all of your others?
Oh God, you know, it's really interesting when you decide to name a program Control Freak, the universe is going to test you for sure. And we had no idea that when Carl picked the name Control Freak last October, that this is the state that we would be in. It definitely pushed me in my endurance, like in my cardio endurance for sure. Obviously talking through the entire workout and this type of training, this cardio strength training that we're doing in the density rounds. You guys will probably see me struggle more than you've ever seen me struggle in any other program. You know, the program is written to have a rest day in the middle of the week, but when you're on set life doesn't allow for that. You film Monday through Friday. So, you know, on Tuesday or Wednesday, when everybody else is getting a rest day, we weren't getting a rest day. And then we'd have to show up the next day fresh as if we had a rest day. That'll wear on you real quick. So there was a lot of self-care that like I would normally do during the filming of a program that I didn't get to do because things were shut down, getting a massage, getting acupuncture, cryotherapy. So it definitely forced me to have to really take control of my self-care at home and to be vigilant about my self-care at home. But honestly, I just had the best time. Like I had the best time with this program. It was so much fun. And it pushed me outside of my comfort zone in every way possible. I have the smallest cast that I've had to date. I had my bod group cast that I, wanted to make sure I was always interacting with. There were so many new things. I have all this equipment that I wanted to use and incorporate. It was just so much fun though. Like I welcome the challenge.
All right, there's another great question about attaching the apparatus. If you have concrete walls or no place to hook up something to a door, what would you suggest someone do for that?
Okay, you guys, here's what I'm gonna say. There is a very, very small group of people that will have a hard time figuring out where to put the door track. I'm not gonna say they won't be able to figure it out. I'm gonna say they're gonna have a harder time figuring it out. And I'm saying it like that for a reason. I am only allowed to speak in certain parameters to make sure that we keep people super safe, legally, all that stuff, right? Can you put it on a cement wall? I don't believe so. I don't think you can drill into a cement wall. I mean, somebody probably could, but we don't have instructions for that. In terms of the door, we're very specific about the door for a reason. We say the door should open away from you because if the door opens towards you and you don't have it pushed all the way into place and you pull too hard, a door is going to come flying at your face. That's not good. But if you have a deadbolt on your door and you can deadbolt that door that opens towards you, you can then put it on that door. But what I would say is, I doubt most people's entire house is all cement walls. I'm not saying for sure, but I'm saying I doubt all of the walls are cement walls. So you might need to think outside the box. You might need to move your workout space to a different area. I know for a lot of people that gives them like anxiety and they don't want to do it and they get all upset. You guys, this is where you have to take a deep breath. This is where you have to recognize that you're in control, and sometimes we got to step outside our comfort zone, and like maybe you're putting it on a living room wall. It's not going to make any more damage to your wall than hanging a photo on it. But if all else fails, like, look, maybe you want to, if you're friends with your next door neighbor, maybe you want to get them on board. Maybe they've got a door that you guys can both use. Just, make sure social distancing and being safe and healthy and all that stuff. But what I will say is where there is a will, there is a way. I've seen people that live in mobile homes that have made it happen. I've seen people that are in very small apartments, both in New York and here in LA, make it happen. So think outside the box. That's what I am allowed to say. I'm allowed to say think outside the box. I would also say you guys start to look at other people that were in the test group. They're starting to show where they put their stuff up. They're starting to talk about how they did it. So maybe they did it a different way than what we have recommended. You get some ideas from that.
Okay, so here's another great question. What if someone's really conditioned already and they've been doing a lot of athletic training, but now they're newly pregnant? So what would you suggest for that person?
No. You guys, I love my pregnant mamas. I do. And I love the support that you guys give me. And I love that you're so excited to try a program. But at the end of the day, my only priority when it comes to my pregnant mamas is the safety of you and your unborn child. That has to be priority number one. This program will be here. It'll be waiting for you after you have that baby. But this is not that program. We've got all our prenatal programs on Beachbody on demand that you could check out. Obviously, you always want to check with your doctor to get clearance first, but your heart rate is sky high during these workouts. Like, it is meant to be sky high. That combined with pregnancy, when your heart rate climbs just from walking 5 steps, that's not a good combo. We've got a lot of fast footwork, both on the step and off the step. When you're pregnant, your balance starts to go, your coordination starts to go because your joints are spreading because of the relaxin, the hormone being released in your body to help your joints spread. That's not good. I don't want rolled ankles. I don't want you falling. We're on our back for a lot of the work with the ball and things like that. It's just one of those things, like I said, where I just be safe. I want you to be safe. I want you to actually really get results from the program, right? If you're going to have to modify it so much because you're pregnant, at that point, you might as well be doing something else anyways and wait to come back to this when you can really give it your all.
Yeah, that's what I heard you say today. And I thought that was definitely one of the main questions, because I know there's so many young mamas that follow you and baby makers that we need to hear you say that one again.
Yes, I love it. But be safe, that you are priority number one and your baby.
Okay, so one of the questions is, how do the 3-week phases differ? Does one section get a little bit longer, or do the workouts the moves just get a little more like intense?
So the only workout you will ever repeat in 9-week Control Freak is the workout called Total Body Tone Day. And each phase has its own total body tone day. You only do that once a week. So you'll do the phase 1 total body tone 3 times, phase 2 3 times, and phase 3 3 times. That's the only workout you repeat. This is different than 80-day obsession. So if you guys did 80-day obsession, you know that it was like, okay, phase 1, here's the 6 workouts. And what changed the workouts to make them different was the number of reps or the order in which we did the moves, but the moves were all the same. This is not that. What you do on day 1, you will never do again unless you go back and repeat the workout program. So it stuff builds. You might learn a move in phase 1 that by week 3, you're doing a harder version of that move, or a more compounded version where so like if I were to give an example, maybe in week 1, we start with a dumbbell swing, but by phase 3, you're doing what we call dumbbell throw, like skier throws, right? So it's a version of a dumbbell swing, but it's a harder version. Or we might end up in phase 3, we end up with a really crazy one, which is like a single arm dumbbell swing into a shoulder press. And then you've got to do that. So you've learned the mechanics of the dumbbell swing in phase 1. Then you've learned the skier swing, which is both arms. Then you've learned the skier throw. And by phase 3, you've learned the single arm skier throw into a shoulder press. So you're never going to do the same thing twice. Yes, the moves do get a little bit more challenging and a little bit more compounded. In phase 3, you'll hear me call out twofer a lot, where it might be a leg move, but you're actually doing 2 moves that count as 1. So stuff like that is what makes it harder, but the workouts don't get any longer. It's always the same length of time, give or take how long I take to set something up or how long I take to breathe and recover between a complex and a Tabata round, but it doesn't get longer.
Somebody said in the chat, they were like, I think they must have been in your test group, and they said, yeah, this was the program I heard her breathing the hardest on. She was really working. So I think you must be doing the moves just as much as you are training the others around you.
Oh yeah, I'm in it rep for rep, you guys. From day 1, I don't stop, and I am competitive with myself. Fun, friendly competition with my background cast, but I'm talking through the whole thing. And yeah, it's challenging cardiovascularly. I mean, you'll see there was the workout, I think it's the last workout of phase 2. We finished the density round, and I'm trying to get my life together so I can teach the complex. And I just stopped. I leaned up against my door frame and I looked right at, I was like, you can cut it out if you want to. I got to breathe. I was like, I'm going to just take a minute and breathe. They didn't cut it out. They left it there. So you guys can see.
Well, that way they show that you're real. There's no way. How does she do this and speak all the things,
I want you guys to see the real thing. I'm not superhuman. I struggle too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, speaking of struggling, the modifier, Kat, I think she's in this again.
Yes.
I love Kat. I've loved her from 21 Day Fix. I think she's great. I think I heard you this morning mention she's 53, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Is there an option to just have her on the screen? I know some past programs we've been able to do that.
Yes, you do have you have the modifier option where you can click it and it will keep her on the screen the whole time. So if you are thinking okay, I'm going to need the modifications, I really do suggest that you guys click that modifier option. It doesn't put her full screen. You'll still see myself and the rest of the cast, but it makes sure that she's always on the screen for you. And that is really important, because if you don't click that option, there are times where she is not on the screen, right? They might come in for a close-up on me or go in for a close-up on Jose or Tanya. So if you need to know what that modification is at all times, definitely use that option. But she's in there and she is crushing it. She is the strongest I've ever seen her. She has most amazing transformation and she's still going. She is like not stopped. So.
That's awesome. I have one more question. I'm throwing it back to Christine. Some people were wondering, because you've probably taken a little bit of a break, will you be starting this program fresh and like running alongside us, maybe January 4th, or is there a date that you think, I'm going to do this with the rest of America?
I will, yes. So first of all, I haven't stopped yet. Like, I just finished phase 2 again. Like, we got off set, I took 2 days off and I picked up with phase 2. So I will start phase 3 tomorrow. I took today as a rest day just because it was launch day. So I needed to move some things around, but, I will probably go through this week, take next week as a little bit of a rest week since it's Christmas and everything. I'm going to do a little rest and recovery for my body. And my goal actually is to pick up on the 21st with coaches starting their coach groups on the 21st. Because if you heard on the National Wake Up Call, Carl has a bod group that I will be in for anybody that is a first time seller, meaning they sell their first ever package. Will get to be invited to the group, but they will also get to bring their upline coach into the group. So I think we're going to have 800 people in there. So my goal is to go alongside with them. And the biggest reason for that is so that, if you guys all have your own bod groups going on for 9-week Control Freak, this 800 person group is going to give me sort of the information, the questions that you all have, so that I can make videos and feed them into all of your bod groups. Anybody that has selected that option to receive notifications from me. So they're sort of my next test group that I get to go alongside with, help them out, and then use the feedback I'm getting from them to hopefully give you guys feedback as well into your own groups.
Cool. So is there music in the program? Because I know the sample workout didn't have music, but is there music throughout the program?
There's not music in the program. There are playlists. I did put a Spotify playlist together. So if you guys want to play that, you can. I've found, and this might just be my own personal preference, but I know like I've got a different mood each day, right? For what kind of music I want to get me through my workout. I don't want to have to hear the trainer's voice, the music on the TV, and try to play my own music. It starts to get to be a lot. So that's why we haven't been putting music in the programs, because that way you can play your own music, whatever you want to hear. I don't know if you guys heard the announcement today, but I made an announcement on my social media. I did a very special project with Donald. If you guys remember Donald from 80 Day or Fix and Fix Extreme Real Time, he's a singer. So Donald wrote 5 songs. They're 5 different songs inspired by the workout program Control Freak. One of them is called Control Freak. We released them today. So he wrote, sang, and performed them. My big part was getting to produce them, meaning support him by paying for him to make the songs. But they are awesome. You can get them on iTunes. There are 4 songs right now. Sorry, of course, my house line is ringing right now. So you guys can check that out. If you guys are interested in those songs, you go to iTunes. That's the only place you can get them right now, is on iTunes. Sorry, I'm going to hang up on somebody really quick. You can get them on iTunes, but you have to search his name. You have to search Donald Stamper in order to actually find the songs. And then also the Control Freak song, the one specifically written about Control Freak, in case you guys want to have any fun on IG. If you're in your IG story and you click music and you search his name, Donald Stamper, the Control Freak work song will come up. So if you want to put it on any of your stories, it's there.
Okay, who else would you say this program is perfect for? So if someone came to you and they are trying to figure out which program they should do, why would you explain that this program is perfect for them to start?
Here's the thing, you guys. The best thing that you can do is get to know actually somebody's style. What are they interested in? What are their goals, right? if their goal is weight loss, if their goal is short and effective workouts, right? If they are okay with weight training and cardio, then this workout program is for them. It really doesn't matter what their fitness level is, as long as they're coming into it with a positive mindset and knowing that they're just going to give their all to the program. Whatever their all isn't my all or Tanya's all or Kat or anybody else in their bod group. It's just whatever their all is. If they're going to come in and do that, great. But if somebody says to you, I hate weight training, I do not want to do it, this is not the program for them. Or if they're like, I hate cardio, but I love yoga, then this is not the program for them. So that's what I mean by, like, you do need to know what their parameters are about what they're willing to try. The last thing you want to do is recommend a program to somebody that is going to make them feel defeated, because then they're not going to come back. And chances are they've done a bunch of things already in their life on their fitness journey that have left them feeling defeated and like they can't do it. So we don't want to do that again. So just listen to them first, right? Like, just because it's the new launch doesn't mean it's the only thing we suggest. You got to hear what they want first and then make the recommendation.
All right, so with the test group that you had, or even the cast that you've had on set, I mean, Tanya is a beast. She's done so many different really hard programs. What has been their experience? So the cast, as well as some of the test group, what has been their experiences and some of the feedback that they've given you of how they're training different, or what results they've really gotten different with your program?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think especially if you guys follow them on social, you can see how much they love it. They've all had amazing results. Tanya got great results. Like, she's 47. We've said it a bunch of times. Nobody in that program nobody on my cast on the actual set was under the age of 40. I was actually the youngest one, turning 40 in the middle of the program. Tanya's 47. I think Jose is 45. Kat's 53. Most of my bod group was over the age of 40. I think I had one 26-year-old in the bod group, but everybody else, I'm pretty sure, was over the age of 40. They've all loved it. They've all had amazing results. Every one of them, since we wrapped filming, has been like, I'm scarred for life. I can't do anything else. Like, I just need the program to come out, because they don't have access to their videos anymore. So they're like, everybody now got their program today, and because they have their equipment from being in the group, they're like, oh my God, I can start again. So they've been really excited about it. I think in terms of the test group, like our success starter group, amazing feedback. People crushed it. The amount of people that were saying how much more like improved their confidence was so great. It was so cool to see how many people were saying they were sleeping better at night because of the controlled stretches. How many people were saying, like, oh my gosh, I just feel back in control. Like, yes, I have control back, not just in my workouts and my nutrition, but I feel like I have control back in my life. And that mentally things had really shifted for them. That's been a big one. I think the mind shift is huge. People aren't probably expecting that per se, because it's a workout program and you think like, great, what's going to happen physically? But a lot of times what happens is the mind shift happens, the mental changes happen. And that's what really makes the life change, because that's what you need to have happen in order to stay consistent.
Okay, can we talk about some of the supplements really quick?
Yes.
Recover. So I had some people kind of asking about Recover. Some women especially don't always like to take Recover after a workout, because it's that added calories in our head that we just burned off. So do we want to drink it and put it back on? So and you just talked about how intense they are. Would you recommend Recover after every workout?
You guys, we fought for the blender after every workout to make our Recover, because we all like to have it with ice, like blended with ice. Yes, absolutely. Like, here's the thing. You got to trust the process, right? And you have to trust the whole process. And for me, being the trainer that I am with a nutrition program that goes with it, I'm not going to steer you guys to something that is going to jeopardize your results, right? So we already know how Recover fits in with Ultimate Portion Fix. No, you don't count it towards your containers. You were specific on when you need to use it. You need to use it within 45 minutes of finishing your workout so that your body can uptake it and use it the way it's supposed to and the way it's designed. But you guys, if something is going to keep you feeling stronger, if it's going to help with that muscle recovery, if it's going to help you to not feel so sore the next day, use it. You're going to get better results, because if you can push harder the next day, that's what keeps you going and getting the results. If you wake up so sore that you can't walk and you're like going to skip your workout because you can't walk, that is not a good thing. Like I said, myself and the cast, we all used Recover. Not just myself and my onset cast, my bod group's cast used Recover every single day too. Like every day.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. How about recharge? I haven't taken recharge in a long time, but I know this also has like an evening stretch before bed kind of thing, which would then trigger people to go, oh, I should also drink my recharge. Did you or your cast drink any of that?
Yeah, some people did use recharge. I will tell you guys, I don't use recharge only because I have an issue with whey. It just upsets my stomach. I would love to be able to, but it just hurts my stomach a little bit, so I can't. But yeah, absolutely. Same thing. That is helping with muscle repair and recovery throughout the night. You have a steady release of protein, especially for those that maybe are looking for a little bit more muscle gain. Like that's also great for it. So yes, I did have people use it, not as many people, but we did have people use it, and you absolutely can use it. And yes, we definitely all used our Energize every single morning as well. So the supplements are all there, and even you'll see guys in the packs, Recover and Energize are included in the performance pack for a reason, because that's what we're using.
Creatine, anybody on the cast? Like I know I usually have the guy, like I recommend my guys if they're building muscle, definitely, have creatine, make sure you drink lots of water. I don't know. I know you had some guys in your BOD group. So
I did guys in the BOD group, but I did not have anybody on creatine. None of them, that was their goal. But obviously, if your goal is more size and mass, like that's just, it's important to know that if the goal is muscle mass, then yes, take your creatine. I'm just always careful to make sure people understand you're going to probably see the number on the scale go up because you retain water when you're taking it. That's just a normal side effect of it. Once you stop taking it, usually takes about 7 to 10 days, and that water retention will go away. But I do like people to be aware of that, that you will retain water on it.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I think that's good, because people are like, what's happening? I'm like, well, you're supposed to drink a lot of water, but your body's also going to retain that water. So just FYI. Christine, do you have any other questions on your list?
Just this final one that came through on chat talking about tracking, how to use the tracker sheets. There's the brag tracker and then the workout tracker. So can you give a little bit more info on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So under the actual 9-week control freak tile, under the materials, you'll see the total control trackers. And there's one of those for every single day. And those will list out all the workout moves that you're doing that day. So also really great to keep on hand for like density rounds and stuff when we're moving really fast, if you want to see what's the next move. So those trackers allow you to track everything, right? So like, okay, on squat jumps, I was holding a 10-pound weight, and on curtsy lunges, I was holding 220s, and on chest presses, I used the pink band or whatever it might be. You can track all the weights that you did or bands that you used for the moves in the density, the weight that you used in complex, and your rounds in your Tabata, like what your best rounds are in Tabata. That's how those are used. And I definitely suggest you guys use those, because if/when you go back and do the program again, it's going to be really cool to be able to go back and look at day one and see exactly what you did and how much stronger you are. Then there's also the brag board. The brag board is like almost like poster size. It's laminated. It's dry erase. You can hang it on the wall. It's got all the graffiti on it. And it's meant for you to like highlight each of your workouts. So when you look at your density round, you're not writing out the weights that you used. You're writing how many rounds you completed. So if you got through 5 rounds or 5.5 rounds, you would write next to density 5.5 rounds. On complexes, you are writing the weight that you use because you're only ever using one set of weights, right? So it's like, oh, I used 10s today, I used 12s. And then you're tracking your best Tabata round. So if we're doing high knees and your best round was 87 high knees, you would put 87 down. Maybe all the other ones were like 83, 84, 86, 87 would be your best. And that is something really fun that you guys can like share in your groups, right? You could take a photo of it. Everybody can post it to the group. Everybody can celebrate each other. Just make sure it doesn't turn into making people feel bad. Like, oh, somebody's always doing more than me or getting more rounds. That's not what it's for, right? It's for celebrating yourself. And obviously, like I said, cheering on each other. But that's how the brag board is used. I really think the brag board is sort of our interactive slash social media, right? Post a picture on social media of what you got done so that people are like, well, what's that? What does that mean that you got 5.5 rounds or that you got 87 reps in? Like, so that they start to ask questions.
Well, that's a really great point. Someone asked in here, I haven't gone through the materials yet in the program. The brag board's inside the materials. You can download it there, or is it something that we can purchase? Because some people say they don't have it.
You can download it. It should be in your materials, but you will get it. You actually get a physical brag board. Like it comes in a little tube, like with your package. It's all rolled up. It has the dry erase marker with it. So it will show up with your materials. But I have seen people like showing it online. So there is a way to download it and have it so that you can use it online too. But I would use the dry erase one.
People are very crafty that way. They're going to
I know, I'm not tech savvy. I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be on the wall.
That's me too. I'm like, I don't know. If it's not in the box, not in the box. I don't know.
It'll be in the box. It should be in the box.
Okay, good. Okay, so some people who have, I think like fibromyalgia, if I say that correctly, and things, they were wondering if they do have something like that, can they mix up days? Like maybe if they need an extra rest day, even though I don't really know how maybe one day is a little bit easier that they could pop that day in. But is it possible to switch up days, or you're like, heck to the no, you have to do it? Boom, boom, boom.
You can, I mean, I'm always going to recommend to do it the way it's written. But obviously, if you have a pre-existing condition or something that is making it harder for you to get that workout in, you got to listen to your body. So if somebody has fibromyalgia and they wake up one day and they just can't work out, like they're hurting too bad or they're too tired, they can't get out of bed, then yes, take that as an extra. Either take that as a rest day and move a rest day later on in the week, or if you need an extra rest day, you take an extra rest day. And instead of finishing it in 9 weeks, you finish it in 9 weeks in 1 day or 9 weeks in 2 days, right? It's more about finishing it than it is about like, oh my gosh, I had to stick to the exact schedule. If something comes up, something comes up. But try to stick to it to the best of your ability, the way it's written, because I was very specific and strategic with where I put your rest days, knowing how your body was going to feel and when you were going to need that recovery. And even the order in which I mixed up the workouts to be like, okay, this is going to be the easier one this day. Okay, this is going to be the harder one this day. Like I did all of that. There was a lot of thought behind it.
I totally believe that there was a lot of thought behind it. Okay, this is my last question. I think we're going to let you go after this. It's been 40 minutes, and I'm so appreciative of your time. Everybody is. We maxed out the call. It's been great. The step.
Yes.
It doesn't come in the bundle. A lot of us, if we've been coaches for a little bit of time, we already have the step. How many workouts have the step in it? And obviously they can use, an aerobic step or something, probably if they have that already.
You need the step. You do need the step. Like, I don't know. I couldn't say exactly how many use it, but we use it regularly. Okay. We use it multiple times throughout the week. So you do need the step. The reason we didn't put it in the package is because we do know that so many people have it from Transform 20 already. So we didn't want to force people to have to buy a second step if they already have one. That's why you can add it on to one of your packs. And if you add it on, you'll get 15% off the step and free shipping on the step if you add it on. So you have that ability. The step is the one thing that I've said to people, like, if you want to order that off Amazon or somewhere, fine. But it's really important to make sure that you get a step that has the ability to adjust the height. That's very important. So like whether you can add risers or take risers away, because while 90% of the time I probably have my step on the highest step, there are definitely days where I was like, this one was going lower. Like, I know how hard this move is. And then that might be the one time that Kat was doing it off the step. Or she still might be on a riser lower than me, because we had the ability to adjust ours by 3 heights. So you just want to make sure that you have that ability to adjust the height a little bit.
Okay, great. Christine, anything else?
No, I think this has been fantastic. And I think we got a
Yes.
lot deeper insight into the program as well.
Yes. Thank you, Autumn. I know that this is going to hit 1 million views probably before end of January for sure. So I'm excited and it's going to be great. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you everybody who jumped on tonight. Thank you guys for an amazing day, an amazing launch day. I know it is just the beginning. It's just coach launch right now, not just, but we've still got our whole customer launch to go through. So I just, like I said, again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Happy holidays to everybody. And let's keep helping more people end this year on a positive note.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.